Hey, welcome to Business Intelligence. Today, we're looking at finance. Finance is a major or one of the major points in business. Your numbers, your numbers, your numbers. And knowing through that this is a masterclass, so I'll go straight to the point. You know, for those of us who have been in the system, I'll just go straight to the point, and we'll take it up from there. So, having gotten to this level, what is finance and all that? Under finance, we're looking at financial reports and two major areas: the accounting cycle and the financial statements. The accounting cycle and the financial statements. So these are the two major areas we'll be looking at today. So we'll take it one after the other. On financial reports. What is financial report? Someone should read for us, please. Someone should read for us, please. You can read it for us. Take it from here. So can all, yeah.
Good. Okay, financial report.
You go ahead, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, go ahead. Okay. Just raise your voice a little.
Okay, financial reports are ambiguous. A bill at a restaurant, a sales receipt, and a bank statement are all examples of financial reports.
Mm-hmm.
Can I go ahead?
Go ahead, yeah, to the end.
In business, however, financial reporting refers to the financial statement that makes up a company's annual report and accounts. Compiled by accountants, they provide investors and lenders with information to assess a company's profitability, enabling company managers, the government, tax authorities, and other stakeholders to evaluate the business.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I know to some of us, this is the first time you know that a bill at your restaurant is a financial report, that your sales receipts are also financial reports. Then when we hear financial reports, our mind goes to our bank statement of a financial report. Our mind goes to the bigger one, the P&L and the rest of it. So we're going to hear it today, that all those documents are part of your financial reports. So financial reporting, it has types of financial reporting. Now, financial reporting or reports takes many forms and can contain a vast amount of information about a company's finances, work, core business values, performance, employees, and compliance with local, logistical, domestic, and international laws. All these things are inside financial report and more. And more and more. And for you to understand financial reports, you can just go online, check financial reports of any company you like. Currently, financial reports are published online. So you can go online, just any company, you get financial reports that have been written, you see recent ones. Go through them and it will give you a better understanding of what financial report is all about. That is the standard one published by the accountant, accountant, or published by the financial department of organization, auditors and all that. But like we said earlier, all those small books, all those small you receive, the rest of them, they are all part of your financial report. So you need to also do what? Keep them. They are very, very important, especially for those of us in Nigeria that starting a new tax regime and your company is qualified to pay tax. Please keep all your small receipts. Very, very important. They are very, very important. All right. Taking it further from here. Types of financial reporting. So most important financial reports or statements are usually the annual reports. Yes, the annual reports. Very, very important. Annual reports. Essentially a collection of many other smaller reports which sum up how the business has performed in the last year. There is a multitude of laws, regulations, and guidelines governing what should be put into this report. And for me, I would advise a smaller business that just coming up. Your own is not the report. Your own is just to keep your books. Yes, keep your books. Keep your books very well. Learn how to keep your book, your financial books, your transaction, everything has to do with your money, money going out, money coming in, every single thing. Learn how to keep your books. Then when it's time for the report writing, a chartered accountant will now take it over from you and put it right. But when you don't put your books, it becomes hard for them to work. You that owns the business will not know what's going to come out for a financial report. So, but when you keep your books, you can have an idea of what you're expecting in that report. It's very, very critical and crucial. Now we have what we call the annual report. The annual report. The financial statements usually appear in a company's annual report, sum up its financial activities in a standardized way for different audiences to interpret quickly and clearly. Now, these statements take diverse forms, and being able to deconstruct them is a vital skill for accountants and the business people. Yes, making it simple to see how well a business is performing and why. So your job is to understand how to decompose this financial report, how to make it very, very simple, understandable, and all that. Once you get to that level, you're good to go. 50% of accounting students, worldwide are women. I mean, this is US record. So, and it's growing. Yeah, when you go to the management department, accounting in particular, yeah, most of them are women. Yeah, most of them are women. I remember those days during my days in school. Most of what in my department, they are women. They are more in number than men. So just think about it. Now, the accounting cycle. Like I said earlier, I will still get into all this, detail of all these ones. Now, accounting cycle. The 8 steps of the accounting cycle are used by nearly all accountants. Yes, the accounting cycle helps to standardize processes and making sure that accounting jobs are performed correctly and in the same way and order for every activity. Let me explain it more. Accounting cycle will help you to understand the flow of how to put your records, the flow, how your record should be, how the transaction should be set, and all that. And once you get your accounting cycle in order, then preparing your annual report becomes very, very easy. Yes, once you have your accounting cycle in good condition, preparing your annual report becomes very, very easy. This is one of the ways that you need to, or what you need to understand or know to help you to get your accounting cycles in good shape. And these are the documents, types of accounting. There are 7 widely recognized types of accounting. 1, financial documents. Yes, drawn up by accountants, used by investors, creditors, and management. Yes, financial documents. What are financial documents? We've mentioned them earlier. Your receipts and all of them, they are all part of your financial documents. 2, management. Management. You have management accounting, used by managers to control cash flow and their budgets to forecast sales. Those are types of accounting. Now, next one, governmental accounting, also called public finance accounting, used by the public sector for non-commercial accounting. Very, very important. Tax accounting dictates exact rules that companies and individuals must face when must focus on when preparing and submitting tax returns. Okay, forensic accounting, very, very important. In fact, if you can do more on forensic accounting, there's a whole lot in that area of accounting, forensic. For those of us who understand forensic, if you can do forensic, I mean, you've done, I mean, you've done a lot. It means that word. You can do forensic. Forensic is very, very important in this modern age. Yeah. All right. So forensic engages a dispute and a litigation and in criminal investigation of a fraud. Think about it. Can you imagine covering this area? I mean, it happens every day, every day, every day. So it's an open area. Then project deals with a particular project, a useful aid for project management, that project account, social and environmental account shows how a company makes a positive difference to community and the environment. Right. What is in an annual report? So we're giving you details and others. So what is in an annual report? A full record of companies' performance according to various criteria plus accounts. Now, what are the statements? The main one is financial. Other ones include sustainability, directors' pay, and directors' pay, and charity donation, and all that. But the main work or the main one in annual reports is the financial report, which covers your profit and loss, your statements, the statement of position of the account. That's a call it balance sheet, cash flow, and all that. Who reads which statement? Sections are relevant to banks. Some sections are relevant to stakeholders, government, auditors, staff, and the etc. So let's look at all that. Now, what do these notes mean? Main statements are annotated to details. Now, what are the details? What are the rules? Accounting principles regulate financial reports. Which are the most important financial statement? Profit and loss statement, balance sheet, and the cash flow statement. Then key content are the key content. Like I said, go over there, go over online, look for annual report. You see all this is I mentioned. It's a masterclass. I'm just giving you a guiding line. So looking at number 2, the accounting cycle. What is accounting cycle? I just pray. Okay, let's see how I can run it. The accounting cycle. Now, the accounting cycle is a step-by-step process bookkeepers use to record, recognize, and classify a company's financial transaction. It helps keep all accounting uniform and eliminate a mistake. Please understand this. It will help you how it works. The cycle works as a method of organizing workflow into a cycle of chain of steps that are designed to reflect the way assets, money, debt have moved in and out of a business. It progresses through 8 different steps in the same order each time, and restarts as soon as it has finished. Very, very key. Very, very key. Very, very, very key. The cycle can be based on any length of time. This is known as accounting period and usually lasts a month, a quarter, or a year. Accounts that deal with revenue and expenses return to zero at the end of each financial year. Which account show, while accounts showing assets, liability, capital carry over from year to year. The processes shown here are repeated in the same way for every accounting period. All businesses go through different phases, and the accounting cycle works by reflecting that. The financial statement, which is prepared towards the end of each year, helps show how strongly the business has performed during each period of the time. Now look at the steps, the 8th cycle. transaction, closing books, financial statements, journal entries, posting, trial balance, adjusting journal entries, then worksheets. These are the 8 accountings. So when you get this material, you study it, please. When you get this material, go one after the other. Like the transactions, any type of financial transaction from buying, selling an assets to buying, of paying off a debt can start the accounting cycle. How do we mean? How do we mean? Whatever you buy starts the accounting cycle in your business. Whatever you buy starts the accounting cycle. Remember the law of debit and credit. That's double entry. For everything that has debit, there must be a corresponding credit. So the law of double entry starts. That transaction is the first point of the 8th cycle. Then closing the book. A closing entry based on adjusted journal entries is taken. The books are closed. Then the cycle restarts again. Then from there, you get your financial statement and all, which I've already mentioned. Bookkeeping and accounting, that's internal control. A method of deploying, measuring, and monitoring the business's resources. This helps prevent fraud and keep track of the value of assets. So bookkeeping and accounting is very, very important. So make sure that your system are properly guided or protected when you, and it's simply done when you keep your books. As I have emphasized earlier, just keep your books. There's no other magic. Just keep your books. Once you keep your books, you're good to go. Okay, double entry. I've mentioned that earlier. Double entry will help you. I've mentioned that debt, bad debt. Please run away from bad debt. Run away from bad debt. And one of the best ways to run away from bad debt is to do your credit cycle. Yes, credit cycle. That one is a different class on its own. If you're giving credit, make sure you don't give credit. Let's say your capital is 10,000 naira. Please don't give credit more than 1,000 naira. No matter who the person is. So even if when it goes bad, you're able to run. And when you're giving credit, that credit should not exceed 7 days. Vis-a-vis how you buy your own and order, but make sure the smaller the number of the days of credit, the better for you. And once you reach your threshold, please don't exceed it and others. Okay, just study all these ones. Study all these ones. Financial statement number 3. The formal record of business. Okay, I've thought on this already. So go through it. Go through the materials. Go through the materials. Annual reports. Go through the materials. This is how, what it looks like. So I'll leave you to study this. Study this yourself. That's the essence of being in class. For those of you who did not, study this. Study this. Study this. Consolidated financial statement. I mentioned all these ones. Just study this. Need to know. Subsidiaries, holding company, globalization. So study it. If you have any question, you can ask me in the next class. I want to be sure that people are going through this. Study this. If you have any question, ask me in the next class. I know we've taught this in our previous classes, but study this. Subsidiary, one company that is controlled by another. Yes, usually a holding company. Holding companies set up to buy shares of other companies and then control them. Globalization, the process of businesses developing such large multinational presence that transcend in international borders. Yes. Read up from here. Taxes, direct tax, indirect tax, green taxes, corporation taxes. Yes. Green taxes are increasingly common and are often indirect. They are generally used as a way of prohibitive increasing. Sorry, let me move this. And the price of goods or services harmful to the environment, yes, such as the air travel, lifting, landfill sites, and all that. Then corporate tax is only paid by companies. You know that one already, so I won't bother you much on that. All right, so look at case studies. study our case studies, finance, sustainable environment, and all that. Please just go through financial report. This is an example of what it looks like. Year is always in 2 years. Always in two years. Yes. Need study oligarchy and all that. I won't bother us, board of directors. These are the things you study on your studies on your own. That's why it's a master class. Who reads words and all that. As you get, just study. And pause it and study it. Pause it and study it. Right. So I totally want to come to this point. So I need to hear your questions. Your questions. What are your areas you want to ask questions and all that? Your questions.
Okay, yeah. Thank you so much for the class today. My question is, you say you should go through the materials. Are you going to send out the PDF?
The what?
The PDF. That's the PDF. Those
Yes.
one that will read.
You get the PDF. Are you in our community?
In the WhatsApp group, right?
Yes.
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, you get the PDF.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, any other question? Okay, if there's another question, please, what's your take home from the little we've done? What's your take home, please? Your take home. Somebody said you woke up in the morning and on your data and all that to listen to. What's your take home? What have you gained? What's your take home, please? Okay, Mr. Cletus, what have you learned this morning? Because we've been around for at least close to 40 minutes now. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. My take home is, financial. That's from the topic. I was thinking that I don't know that the receipt. That's the total of the financial accounting, both the receipts. I now see that the wider scope of financial accounting.
Yeah.
So I was like saying, I remember that those receipts are among, then the income, the taxes. So, but I now see that financial accounting encompasses everything connecting the accounting of the business.
Yes. Let me tell us this. If you go to the airport, there's always payment you make while going in. So for drivers that drive to the airport. Do you know that as small as those papers are, that auditors will ask you for it? Because most times drivers will go to the airport and collect those papers to use it to claim their money. So when they carry Oga to airport. And if you claim as low as 100 naira, 200 naira, if you claim that money without bringing that paper, they know you paid, though. They know you paid, but you must bring that small paper they give to you in the airport for you to claim that 200 naira. They don't just waive it. So every single financial transaction must have a document to back it up, and they are all part of the financial report. They are all part of the financial report. Every single document. They are all part of the financial report. Very, very important. Very, very important. All right. Any other person?
Doctor, welcome. Thank you so much, Doctor.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you for applying this morning. Okay. My take on this morning is that helps to make informed decisions. When our reports are accurate, it helps us to make decisions. It helps us to prepare other financial records and helps us to know the state at which the company or whatever organization we are running is at the moment. Apart from that, there's also a very critical thing you mentioned when you are talking about debt. I can't remember the subtitle or where you tagged it in, though you said that is not what we are doing today, but you just touched it, that we can or we should never give out as loan more than 1%. I think you use about 10% or thereabouts.
Credit cycle. It's about credit cycle, yes.
Yeah, yes, and if you watch our businesses in Nigeria, because we are too emotional, because we are attached to families, we are attached to religion, most times it tends to happen that you are doing a business of 100,000 naira and someone just comes to you, my child is sick, oh, this one is happening, oh. It has nothing to do with the business, but because of empathy, because of the, I don't know if it's our team here in Africa, you see somebody can just dive into that same business that is just trying to find his stand and pull out 50,000 and give to the person. I've seen shops that they open around, to go to the barest minimum, and the person spend maybe 4 million, 5 million to set up a kiosk, and the person will lend and lend and lend and lend till the shop goes down.
Mm.
So whatever we are doing, it starts small, and most times when we are looking at this, it looks as if we are learning so that when we open a big company, that is when we
Mm.
start implementing them. If we can implement it in the little things we do now, we can never. When the sum starts coming in billions, you will become overwhelmed. You will become over happy over. When you start putting out 5 million to pay for somebody's child school fees, you will not know. You pull out the other one to pay off for somebody's that you couldn't bury. So how much is the burial money? Just send it to me. You pay 2 million naira. Before you know, organizations that have gathered money, people, individuals that have gathered their resources, pulled it together for you to run a business, maybe for them. Before you know, you run into a mess. While I was in Enugu, we had a typical example in town. I'm not judgmental, but charity has nothing to do with capital that is given to you or that you raised for yourself. Maybe you borrowed from a bank to do business. It's not for charity, it's not for the nation and the church. So that is what me myself, that is my highest take home today. When is businessman is business. But when is my own personal money that I want to use to do whatever I want to use it to do, oh fine, it's my personal money. Thank you
Mm.
once again, doctor.
Mm.
Good
Thank
morning.
you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, I remember we're talking about bad debts. Yeah, and also giving people and all that. And if you're doing a business, you should be able to know what you're giving out, what will keep you running, and then allowing your business to just die. Thank you so much. You really capped it. You really capped it. That's a beautiful one. Thank you so much. All right. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Do you have another person, another contribution before we call it a day?
Yes, Doc. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you so much for this class because it's just for me, I see it as an eye opener,
Mm.
and you emphasize on keeping records no
Yeah.
matter what you buy. Yeah, because the way we run our religious sector is very, very important. I've
Mm.
been a boss in some communities, and maybe you are giving money out, you give the superior or whoever. If they come back and they did not give you that book, or even you yourself keeping it, even if you did not have time immediately to enter it into the record
Mm.
accounting book, it will help you. And once you miss it, when you do that account, it becomes so difficult to balance. So it's very, very important that we keep, no matter how trifle, even if it's the amount might be very small, but keeping it will aid you. And or even if you are not the one, whoever that will work that account, because once you miss that, you are
Yeah.
going to run into trouble. To
Mm.
balance it is always difficult.
Mm.
Like our own, we do it 6 months, but that's 2 years within the year.
Mm. Mm.
That's my take.
That's
Thanks so much for the enlightenment.
that's so beautiful. In fact, I had an experience on this. Working in a hotel, my boss was leaving. He was leaving, and he asked me for money. I gave him 100,000 or 50,000. I can't remember. He left. I mean, the owner of the hotel, oh, he came back by the end of the week when we are trying to balance our sales and all that. I brought up the that money I gave him. He said, "I did not give me any money." And I mentioned all the circumstances, everything. He told me to my face, I did not give him any money. I talk and talk and talk. He said, I should go and bring his money. And I paid for it. I paid for it. I paid for it. I felt so bad. Now, later, I think that was about months later, one of the meetings, he said, yes, now we will see him as a bad person. Yes, he collected the money, but that accounting simply said, even if he is running emergency, as I'm giving his term money, that all I've done is to give him, prepare my paper, he will sign and you collect the money. That I've been straight, he will sign before he collects the money. As long as he did not sign, there is no evidence he collected the money from me. And at that point in time, I didn't give him any money. It's my word against his word. And that was a serious lesson for me. In the bank, that one, plenty of guys will just come. Just tell you, please, give this amount, this 500,000, 1 million. As they are giving you those instructions with mouth, please carry the 1 million, or bring the 1 million, or bring it. Prepare your debit and your credit papers. Carry it to them. As the money is in their front, but the paper is by the side, and don't go. Because if you do not come with the money, they will feel that it says this subordination. So come with the money, come with the paper. So as you're there, you'll be forced to sign. Then you leave the money and go. It's as simple as that. And it's a cut across every other business. Or else we'll be having challenges. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's a beautiful one. That's a beautiful one. Do I have any other person? Any other person? Any other person? Any other person? One more person before we close. One more person. One more person. Okay. Madam Lawrence, I would have loved to hear from you. And the Deca online prayer can also love to hear from you. If you're still there with us.
Hello. Good morning,
morning,
everyone.
Good morning,
Good
ma'am.
morning, Dr. Kingsley.
Morning.
Pleased to participate in
Okay.
this masterclass. What I keep is that, what I take home is that we have to keep our books. It is very important
Yes.
when we are working. I used to be head of salary
Okay.
for 2 years, and we used to have, like you say, a kind of cycle, accounting cycle, because the work can just, I can say, 1 week. We have to deal with salaries 1 week.
Wow.
And it is very difficult to keep the books when you are doing it. So you can make some error if after that you don't come back and keep your books, in case of control. If you don't do it, you will be very in trouble. So this is my take home, to keep
Beautiful.
my book.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to everyone. Let's meet again. We'll still continue finance next week. We'll do finance like 4 good times. So let's do it again next week, Friday, 5 a.m. You can share the platform. People can get into the platform earlier. For now, thank you. God bless you. You can, if you want to get detailed